Hi, everybody. I'm back again. Early afternoon here, or late afternoon here in Pennsylvania. Just hanging out with Bullet. For those of you who are new to the show, Bullet is my cat. And so I always say I'm always scouting, I want to say talent, but I'm always scouting people to come on the show because, yeah, there's people out here putting out good content. And I will say TikTok is one that I've slowly started to grow on, and one I've learned more respect for because when I first, locked eyes on it or first ever heard wind of what TikTok was, I really didn't like it because it was just more trendy nonsense, and it's still the same and it's still got a lot of issues, but there is a lot of good that is on there. And our next guest is someone who I found on there just trying to promote her book and just talk about her disabilities and whatnot. And I'm always appreciative of people who aren't afraid to be vulnerable and open-minded and let people know that, hey, we're out here and you can thrive while having a disability as well. Anyway, would you like to tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Sam Finalstein. I am a self-published children's author from upstate New York. Tim actually found me on TikTok because I've been promoting my latest book, which is titled Sam Wants to Get Married. It's actually the follow-up to my debut children's book, which is called Hi, I'm Sam. Both books focus on life as a wheelchair user, written in a way so that children can understand.
Gotcha. Now, what was the inspiration behind the books?
Okay, so the first book was inspired by a conversation with my niece, who is now, she'll be 12 in the summer. She was 7 at the time. I wrote it during peak COVID. That was my COVID project because she had questions. She wanted to know why Sam lives in a group home for disabled people versus at home with my family. And it got me thinking, not everyone has an Aunt Sam to break down disability and kind of demystify it. So that's the first book. That's Hi, I'm Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And the second book is my recent creation. It's called Sam Wants to Get Married. And that's inspired by my current relationship I'm in with my partner, Jordan. We've been together 2 years. He's also disabled. And we got engaged in July. But what most people don't know is that disabled people can't really marry without losing life-saving benefits.
Right. No, that's a good point. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And
I tell people that, and they're like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. And I'm like, well, yeah. And so that's the second book, and that's the book that you found me promoting.
right.
Because even though we can't legally get married, we are trying to have a commitment ceremony
Mm-hmm.
in 2026. But weddings are expensive.
Sure. Yeah, it's almost, it's kind of like how gay people were for a while, where it's just like, well, we can't get married in this
It's very
state.
similar.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's a very similar plight.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate you talking about that because, so a friend of mine, she has cerebral palsy, and I'm
Yeah, that's what I have. I have CP.
Oh, okay. I did not know. Okay, and I'm legally blind, and so her and we started a support group, and and one of the things that we want to talk about for this month's group is what it's like to date. And now her and I are not dating, but what is it like to date or get married, or what your ideology of what it is to date while having a disability, and it's challenging. Now
It definitely is. And to speak to mine and Jordan's relationship, initially we had never intended to date other disabled people. We met online, and I matched with him assuming, okay, he seems cool, he has a disability, maybe he can relate, we'll see what comes of it. And then we just really liked each other, and early on we acknowledged that this will be really hard. We currently live 3.5 hours away from each other. He lives downstate, I live upstate. Neither one of us drive. So yeah, there are some obstacles, and that comes with being a disabled person in life and in a relationship.
Oh yeah, Absolutely. But I mean, was there a part where, and not just even with him, but was there a part where you, like, a part of time where you literally didn't have the confidence to go out and date?
Um, Dating has always been kind of a minefield.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a wheelchair and you try to date the general public, like I said, I don't have a ton of experience dating other disabled people. So when you go out and try to date the general public, and I'm not sure if you can relate, being a disabled man yourself, people tend to ask you really weird questions that they would not ask the average person.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It was, I remember watching this like webinar that I work for a Center for Independent Living, and they were showing me all different webinars, and I remember there was this one that they were talking about just people with disabilities, and they were asking random questions, and it's like, people with disabilities like sex? And it's like, and it was just like odd, and I'm sitting there going like, why would someone ask that? And then I tried to think about like anything. I mean, people have asked me weird shit over the years, and it's like, and it's all pertaining to my vision more or less, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but like, you do realize, like, essentially, if I make it really dark enough for you, the only difference between me and you is my eyes are broken. Like, the only difference. Like, everything else works the same. Everything else is the same, even though I still have some vision. But I try to make it as dark and as concise as possible and say, look, if you want to break it down to the smallest thing, my eyes don't work, your eyes do. Everything else is the same. So I don't know how you get it mixed up that this I wouldn't like.
That's quite literally all it is how I've broken it down to people is my legs don't work. I have some ability to stand or, walk a little bit, but primarily I use a power wheelchair. Sure. And that's all it is that my legs are a little fucked up. Everything else works just fine. I have an average life.
Yeah.
But people don't seem to get that. Even now, I've been with my partner, like I said, for a little over 2 years. People seem to get so shocked that I'm in a serious relationship as a disabled person.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've talked about this many times, but it's because people's like theory or feelings for us, our ceiling is like so low.
Yeah.
Like they feel like it's like, oh, you graduated high school? Yeah, with honors. You went to college? Yeah.
I get that a lot because I'm currently pursuing an associate's degree in media and communications. And not to toot my own horn, but I do very well in school. I have a 3.8 GPA. And people are like, you go to college? Yeah. Like, as if I just told them I walk on the moon. Nope, I just tend to do things that you would do just on wheels.
And the irony of all this is that like their perception of our lives is hard, but it's even harder than they even know. So it's like
for sure.
They really have no clue.
I think it ties into that most people view disabled people as inspirations. And I hate to say it, but I think that's why my content is currently doing so well is because the able community is using it as inspiration porn. Oh, look at this poor girl in a wheelchair. She wants to get married. Let's pay attention to her.
Right.
If I was able-bodied and was, trying to raise money for a wedding, they'd be like, get a fucking job.
Right. No, and I love that like you have like a really dark sense of humor and everything as well, because that throws people off too. Is like somebody asked me once, they were like, would you ever be an organ donor? And I said, yeah, I'm just going to donate my eyes. And they look at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? I'm like, dude, you have to live in this world. I have to survive. If I sit here and think about every sad thing that affects me throughout the day, and if I don't make fun of it and try to laugh at it, I'm going to be just depressed and suicidal. Like, I need to have fun. And again, everybody deals with their pain differently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's not for someone else, that's cool. But I love that you're like that because it's, and again, it's not like an all the time thing that I do it, but it's just, I have to survive, and we all survive in our own ways.
And we all find ways to, get by. And mine is creating content and trying to change the world little by little. Am I succeeding? I don't know. I might just be a weird girl with pink hair in a wheelchair at this point, but I'm trying.
You're not even the first girl I've met in the last year with pink hair and weird in a wheelchair, so it's all right. You're doing something right. She's a good person too. But I'm just saying, I met someone recently that was in a wheelchair with pink hair.
Yeah, but the pink hair is kind of my thing. My logic behind that is if people are going to stare at me in public anyway, it might as well because my hair is bright pink.
There you go. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, like for me, I think one of the things I've become cognizant of over the years is just trying to be a good inspiration as a person, and just like be a good person. Just have good energy and try to treat people right. And if people want to pity and they can do all that crap because it doesn't do anything for me.
That's where it kind of gets difficult because like you want to be a good person, you want to do cool things, but then like I said, the able community is usually they use it as, I think the term is inspiration porn, like to make themselves feel better about life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because like, well, at least I don't have that, and I'm not like that. And it's like, no, don't do that. But at the end of the day, like I've made it known, like if somebody wants to be like, hey, you're blind TJ, or you're mentally ill, like you could try to do that with me at this stage. Go ahead and try. It's not gonna work and I'm not ashamed of what I have and what I don't have, but it's just a part of me. And if you think it defines me, good luck to you, because doesn't work on someone like me. Whereas it pisses me off is when they actually do it to somebody who it does work on, who is more susceptible to those emotions and has, thinner skin, and they just get beat up by it. And those are the ones I try to protect because I'm from Philadelphia. I've been through a lot of shit throughout my life, and I've had to fight my own self to get here. And so I'm not going to allow one person just to try to ruin my day because they're insecure or they have their own negative crap about themselves. So
exactly. And we can never, the people who are the naysayers get us down. Like I've had people fairly close to me in my life say, oh, I don't know why you go so hard for disabled marriage. Like if you just stop talking about it, maybe society will treat you like a regular person. And I'm like, that implies that you don't think I'm a regular person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, I think they expect that, but like, if you don't shut up, you have to make sure they never stop listening. They have to get tired of you and just like, all right, we'll give in, because if you just shut up, they're just going to go, oh, good. We silenced one. So
exactly. And this is a cause, like I said, that I'm pretty passionate about, not only because it affects my life currently, but it's one of the things that just shouldn't exist. I shouldn't have to be like, okay, well, if I want to legally be with the person I love forever and be able to make decisions regarding each other, like if God forbid something happened, I shouldn't have to make that choice as to if I can have that or my life-saving benefits. Whereas if we were able-bodied, we could go out on the street and marry someone today and suffer no consequences.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you have to fight for what you believe in. If you don't, then you just crumble. And it's like, for me, I'm trying like the best I can do. I don't know what percentages I can change and whatnot, but as long as I'm here, I'm trying. My legacy is to try to just be a good example for people with disabilities. And if maybe
that's all you can do.
Yeah, maybe if like it goes from 70% to 69% unemployment or whatever, like just if I can make just small, tiny little changes while I'm still here, that's good enough for me. Like just advocating and representing, because
exactly
that's what matters to me. And I know I can't change the whole system or anything like that, but
I don't imagine that I will actually change the entire world, but I can sure as shit try to change something. Maybe someone will listen to me and be like, you know what? Disabled people do deserve the same rights as able-bodied people.
Well, and I mean, it's a weird paradox because I don't know why so many look at people with disabilities like we're so so different from anyone else, because at the end of the day, we are all just temporarily abled if we're not born with something. So it's like,
that's true.
I was born abled when I was, up until I was 4, and then I had a disease that took most of my eyesight. So but like, there's a lot of people that make it to their 50s, 60s, 70s before they ever succumb to some sort of disability. So like if you have hearing aids, or you have a crutch or walker, or something of that, like I said, hearing aids, or just like I said, eyeglasses,
some type of mobility aid,
something that's accessible that helps you to get through life. And
you bring up an interesting point. People who wear glasses, we're not like, oh, you're disabled. You're so different now.
Yeah, right. Or dementia, or like there's a lot of things that we just succumb to at some point in our lives, and we, like our grandparents, most of them are disabled, whether we see them as that.
Yeah, to some degree, because the elderly do need more care than the average person.
Yeah, like my grandma, you probably wouldn't say she has a disability for whatever, but she has heart problems and she has hearing aids.
Yeah.
So it's like you could put her in that category that she's disabled. She'll never say she is, but I'm just saying you could say that. And so I don't know. I think we're always just this reminder to people that like this is how fucked up life can get, but. It's
I don't think people realize that because it doesn't affect them in the moment, and that's why I think most people don't care about things like this, and like how my book discusses, and I think people don't care because it doesn't affect them.
Right, yeah, and that's the same thing with like homelessness and addiction issues. Like it's like, well, I don't do drugs, so that'll never happen to me. Or, I wasn't born with this horrific disability, or I didn't get it. But it's like, you don't understand. You're one car accident away from being disabled. You're a few bad
I think
payments.
people fail to realize that me and the average person are a lot closer in demographic than the average person, and we'll use the terrible president of the United States. The average person is a lot closer in demographic than me, than they are to the guy in the White House.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I mean, they try to separate themselves like we're so far. And again, maybe because CP you have to be essentially born with it, but like you may not be able to get CP out of nowhere. But
other mobility issues, like sure you can't get my exact thing, but there's still things that could put you in a wheelchair.
Yeah, my grandfather had MS, and he got it later in life, and it pretty badly crippled him. Like his mobility was he was in really rough shape. It's not what killed him, but it really.
Or even my partner, he became disabled in the last 5 years because he has EDS, and that's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, in case you didn't know. And that went into a massive flare-up where his health started massively declining because of this genetic condition he was born with.
Right. Yeah, no, it can happen at any time, and I think we just kind of dilly-dally around our lives and just expect life to just be the same when we wake up from the last night we went to sleep. But but my mind fluctuates all the time, so I go to bed saying, who the hell knows what tomorrow's going to be like, because I really don't know.
All we can do is make the most of it, and that's why I write my books and I make content, because I got something to say. Whether you want to listen or not, that's on you, but I'm still going to say it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know a lot of people with CP. Now, is yours just primarily affecting you mobility-wise?
Yeah, it's largely just mobility. I have some ability to stand and walk, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
I can take myself to the bathroom. That's about the extent of it. Otherwise, I'm in a power chair. So yeah, that's the gist of it. I was mainstreamed in school. I currently attend college. In a little under a month, I will be competing in Miss Wheelchair New York, which is an advocacy competition. I don't think I'm going to win, but I taught good, so I might.
Hey, you never know. Don't put yourself down yet. It hasn't started.
True.
You never know. Just try to believe in yourself. Keep it moving. And if you don't win, hell, you're on a stage that most people wouldn't even dare to go on.
True. That's valid.
Let alone, because I'll tell you, like, from a lot of the content that I make, people will reach out to me and they'll say things and be like, oh, wow, like, how do you say these things like, and because I'm so vulnerable, and it's like, I don't know how to go backwards anymore. Like I am vulnerable because I know that's how I can help people.
I think people forget that when you're disabled like we are, there is no real sense of privacy. Like you have to not be embarrassed and be ashamed to do everything and anything in life.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. You could have awkward moments of going to the bathroom or just
because at the end of the day,
stall.
like something bad could happen and I could need someone to come change my pants or like pick me up off the floor or wipe my ass.
Right. Or you can run into somebody at Walmart or something, whether it's with your wheelchair or just your body or there's a lot of moments and
I'm actually a terrible wheelchair driver and I will admit that I am not a good driver.
Okay. Fair enough. I've had to put some wheelchairs at the Center for Independent Living. I've had to put some of them upstairs, take some up in the elevator upstairs, and I am a terrible wheelchair driver. So thank God I'm not in one because I would be hitting a lot of things.
I've been using a power chair for like almost 20 years, and I am not any better of a driver than I am when they gave me my first power chair at 10 years old. So.
Do you have a lot of support from your family?
Yeah, my family's pretty good. I have lots of siblings. I am an aunt of 8 with one on the way. I'm the only disabled kid out of all of my siblings. I have 2 biological brothers and 2 sisters and a brother through marriage. And yeah, they're great. My family lives fairly local to me, so I see them often. My sisters are going to be in my wedding once we get it, paid for and all that. Everybody loves my partner. So, yeah, we have support. We have family support.
Okay. Now, like, where you live, is it like a nursing home? Like, I don't know exactly
Okay, so it's not really a nursing home. It's just like a house, and, like, we have staff 24/7.
Okay.
There's 10 of us, and we all have different disabilities, and it's men and women, varying ages. Pretty much, they don't have to do much for me. Just cook and clean and put me to bed and help me shower and dress.
Right.
Otherwise, they leave me be, and I kind of do my own thing.
So you can come and go as you please?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Good to know. Because I think because that's something we've fought for. There's a lot of people that just are young and they're disabled and they get put in like nursing homes and their freedoms are pretty much locked down. They can only do what they're allowed to do.
I kind of exist as I please.
Say that again? Sorry.
I exist as I please. Like, I come and go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good to hear. Because that's such a hard thing to obtain with a disability is your true independence.
Yeah, actually, the company itself is based in Pennsylvania, but I live in their New York branch. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, just being independent is really it's really hard, especially when you.
No, I know I will never totally be totally independent, but
right. But that's okay.
A little bit of freedom here and there is nice.
Yeah, I mean, and I can't either because I've never been able to drive. I always have to have somebody drive me. I know it's not a.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you just kind of live with it. Do you love it? Do you want to accept it? No, but you just do because it's better than just dwelling on it for the rest of eternity.
And we've actually begun the very lengthy process. I don't know how it is in Pennsylvania, but in New York, getting a care manager for my partner so he can get services and move off of Long Island and come upstate. So we've been working on that, and it's quite a process.
Where does he live now?
He lives on Long Island, which is like 3.5 hours from me.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's a matter of finding someone on Long Island who will take him and then start the process so he can get services up here.
Right. Okay. Well, I wish you luck on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, just keep pecking at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so one big thing is where can people find your book?
Okay, you
Books.
can find it. You can find all of the books on Amazon, although I would prefer that people don't buy off of Amazon because Amazon pays me $1.87 on a $20 book.
Wow.
But if you gotta buy it through Amazon, that's fine. But also Barnes and Noble or directly through me. All of my social media is Sam Van Alstyne, so I'm pretty easy to find, and people just pay me Cash App or Venmo or whatever you got, and I sign the book and I mail it to you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, what I'll do is when we we get close to getting ready to put the episode out, I'll get the links from you, and
yeah,
the ones that you would rather I'd put on top, and
yeah.
so that way people can buy it from and make so you can make more money off of it.
Like I said, if they have to buy it from Amazon, cool. But like Amazon doesn't pay me anything. Like I said, I make $1.87 off of a book that costs you $20.
How hard was it to put a book together?
Not very. I did it, and I think the first time it took me about 3 months, and then the second book it took me like a month and a half because I kind of knew what I was doing. A thing that I have received criticism for with the second book is that my illustrations are AI, which I think they look pretty good, but I'm poor. I wasn't about to pay someone $500 to illustrate my book.
Right.
With the first book, I was lucky enough to have my cousin who was freelancing at the time because it was COVID, and she couldn't work at her regular desk job, so she illustrated my book for me for free, and we just split profits.
Cool.
But yeah, my second book is all AI generated, and I've caught some flack for that online, but honestly, I don't really care because I'm poor. I'm disabled. I didn't have enough money to pay some artist, although I would have loved to. It just wasn't in the budget.
Right. Yeah. And you don't have the talent to be able to draw, which I wish.
I'm a writer, not an artist.
Right. No, I got you. I had friends growing up, and they could draw, and I was always envious of that because I was like, man, I wish I could draw something. I had no talent in it whatsoever.
But do you think if you could see, you would be more artistically inclined, or no?
Nah, I mean, it would help. Like that's the thing I've learned is like having more sight would help me with some things for sure. Obviously, driving. Yeah. I would be a little better at bowling and things. Yeah. But some of it is if you can get in tune with your body, you could make a lot of things work for you even better without it. But
true. I have a blind friend. He has no vision. You at least have a little bit. He has none. And he was really good at beer pong.
Okay, yeah.
And I can't explain it, but he is.
That's why I'm really I'm hard on myself with bowling. I know I shouldn't be, but I'm because it is a very visual sport, and I'm trying. I'm doing better. Better than most, but I'm
I mean, as long as you're having fun, I guess that's all that matters.
Well, but we also do it for money, and we compete and stuff, and on teams.
True. If there's money involved, maybe. And maybe you need to get a little better.
Well, that, and I've also just never let the disability be what's going to hold me back. So I don't give myself excuses, and maybe sometimes I should. I don't know, but it's something I would like to get better at. But as far as drawing, I mean, there's a part to it. Yeah, you have to be able to see some, but I think you could do it with the vision that I have or even had at one point. I just had no, and again, I never learned, whatever, but some people just pick it right up, and that's just,
some people just have it, and I'm not one of the people, so I found ways to get around illustrating a book without artistic talent or the means to pay for artistic talent.
Absolutely. No, I hear that. Yeah, I said there's many talents I wish I had, but I'll take what I have because it's still better than having none. So
true. Very true.
But yeah, is there anything else you would like to kind of tell the people about yourself?
No. Anything else you want to know or want to ask?
No, I mean, we could do another one down the road. I just wanted to at least get an introduction, kind of, like I said, just met you. And of course, I'd like to be friends and support each other.
Yeah, we can totally be friends. You seem like cool people.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's good. I'm very happy that you came on and you're so open, and like we definitely need more
Thank you
people
for
like that.
having me.
Yeah, we need more people like you because we can't be silent. We have to speak, whether it's embarrassing or not. We have to fight through it and just keep talking because we need more superheroes in our community, and I mean the disability community, because too many of us are hidden in the dark, and then we will never hear about them.
Absolutely.
Well, you have a good one, and
You too.
thanks
Thank you
again.
so much.
Yeah, of course. Thanks again, and keep being
We'll be
strong.
in touch.
Yep, and good luck with the marriage.
Thank you.
All right, sweetheart. We'll talk soon, okay? Oh, well, she's gone. Straight to the point. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just kind of waking up from a nap, so my brain fog is kind of just poking at me here a little bit. But yeah, we're hanging in there. You know, every day is a new challenge. Like I said earlier, I don't really never know what to expect because my life it moves and it's inconsistent and not by my own, deed or whatever I'm trying to say, or by my own doing. But I'm looking at Bullet. And I'm going to see if he wants to say hi to the people. Bullet, would you like to say hi to the people? Bullet? Hey, Mr. Bullet. Would you like to say hi to the people? There, he purred for you guys. You like that? You like that? He is real. He's not a myth. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you listening. I always like to. It's always nice to hear a nice little purr before you end your day or end your episode. So yeah, thanks to Bullet for being a part of this, making a cameo, and thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you very much. Sorry for my brain being all wishy-washy today, but we'll try to do better next time. And that's why I don't really do editing. I just let it happen. It's just raw and uncensored, and it goes how it goes. Not that it ended up bad. It's just, what am I supposed to do? My brain is acting a little wonky, and you just gotta push through it and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Anyway, guys, see you next week, and take care of yourself. Stay strong, and keep fighting those demons. See you guys. Bye. Well, I hit the wrong button twice. And it won't be a third. Bye, guys.